My name is Emma Chebeso-Puchkolelian, Media and Publicity Director, SCOF Kumsa. For a while now, SCOF has been running a mental health service campaign, and today we want to dwell a bit on depression. Depression is a mood disorder that is associated with persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. One of the commonest misconceptions about depression is the fact that it's a situational disorder. Some persons just go about whining all over the place. I am depressed, I am depressed, I am depressed, when something bad happens to them. But when somebody gets you ice cream, a good pair of shoes, a nice dress, just things that you really like on a normal day, almost immediately you are back to normal. But come on, with depression, one of the classic symptoms that we have is the fact that you lose interest even in things that will give you joy on a normal day. Depression is a very complex chronic clinical disorder, so you don't just snap out of it like that. You will most likely need a medical team that is headed by a psychiatrist to be able to pull through. The symptoms of depression can manifest emotionally, physically, and it will also deal with the thought pattern and the behavioral pattern of the persons who are involved. When it begins to manifest physically, they will either eat a lot or eat too little. They will either gain a lot of weight or lose a lot of weight. They will either sleep a lot or sleep too little. They have unexplained aches and pains. They also feel tired constantly. And when it begins to affect their thought pattern, they are always confused, they have impaired memory, and they are always feeling like committing suicide. I agree with the person who wrote this that I read somewhere. The person said people who are depressed tend to sleep a lot because to them that's the only thing that is close to death, and they are always considering committing suicide. So sleep becomes a very good option. When it begins to affect their behavior, somebody who is a social butterfly suddenly starts withdrawing from people. They don't want to have anything to do with people. Someone who is always responsible will suddenly begin to neglect their responsibilities. They always like looking on point. All of a sudden they don't even care about the way that they look. And when it begins to affect their emotions, they're always feeling sad, they're always anxious, they feel guilty even for sins that they do not commit. They are highly irritable. We must know these things because it will also help us to really look out for our friends, family, and our loved ones. Some of them are battling with some of these things, but they have not spoken up. Before I go, I need to make emphasis on the fact that depression is a mental illness. It's not due to anybody's laziness, weakness, or their inability to soak up the challenges that life throws at them on a daily basis. Therefore, the persons implicated will need a lot of psychotherapy or talk therapy to be able to pull through. And when this has failed, then we can step up the treatment plan to medications, use of antidepressants to see if we can conquer. And that person is also expected to modify their lifestyle in one or two ways. The person can add exercise because it can be very helpful, but still there are some people that these three things will never work for. So they'll need to set up their treatment plan to procedures like transmagnetic cranial stimulation, and is said to have been of so much help to people who talk therapy and antidepressants have failed over the years of their treatment. If you have symptoms of depression, please find somebody and open up to. There must be somebody in our lives that we can tell every single thing that is wrong with us at every particular point in time. And if you're the person that is being confided in, please try to be a support system to that person and try to ensure that he or she gets the help that she needs to pull through at a critical time as that. You are confided in because you're a trusted person and you cannot afford to let the person down. Thank you so much for watching. Do have a nice day.